Yasir is also joining us right now. Yasir is joining us from Tehran. Yasir, how important is this very place because this is not very far away from the Strait of Hormuz, and the very fact that it has come under intense pressure, particularly following the international sanctions that have come in. So it's an aging facility, as I understand.
Hello, thanks for having me. Pay attention that the Strait of Hormuz is not in a small area. So it is an international corridor that Iran has got border from hundreds of kilometers before it and after it. So this is one small place, if we consider the size of the border that Iran has with this water corridor. So I don't think that it will have anything to do with the Strait of Hormuz, but we have to accept that this is one of the biggest ports of Iran, which was responsible for operating a big deal of transportations between Iran and the rest of the world. The port was having ships from 80 other international ports from all over the world. So it is considered one of the biggest ports of Iran, in touch with other international ports from all over the world. So I read in the news that the Iranian ambassador to Beirut has said that the size and the scale of the explosion is not as big as the one that we had in Beirut in 2020. So they are saying that I just asked other officials and other people who were good aware of the earlier stages of the accident. They have been following up. They told me that the incident started with a small fire, and the fire led to explosion because of the high temperature that naturally that area has, and also there are so many containers of chemicals stored there. So for a place with so many chemical reserves and tankers and installments there, it is quite natural that high temperature plus fire can cause two big explosions. Also, I saw that people from the Disaster Management Organization of Iran has said that they had reviewed the place and examined the place 2 months earlier, and they had officially issued warnings for the local people there that the restoration process is not safe. So they are saying that even now that we are not able to determine what is the real cause of the incident, but disaster management officials are saying that they had already issued warnings 2 months earlier for weak standards of preservation of chemicals. So the probability for not having anything about sabotage or terrorism is higher, because it looks like that the standards of preserving chemicals hadn't been observed there, and they had received warnings from other officials. So I think that so far we can majorly think about it as an act of accident or something that happened, unfortunately. And we cannot say that it is an act of sabotage.
Yasir, growing concern whether at all this is a terror attack, because some of your news agencies are now reporting that the authorities are not ruling out the possibility of a terror attack. Put this into perspective, because Iran is currently having a negotiation going on with the United States of America in Oman. This is with regards to the nuclear trade. But having said that, can this be taken away, given the fact that there has been a growing threat perception that the Iranians have been talking about coming in from the Israelis? Can this be said as a normal fire that has actually broken out, an explosion that has taken place, or there is something more than what meets the eye?
You know, media people, because we always like to make it more interesting, and we will have more readership. So it's quite natural to say that the people start to speculate that there may be a chance that Israelis are behind the attack, or saying that other international players have been trying to ruin the current ongoing negotiations between Iran and the U.S. However, so far there is no, strong, concrete piece of evidence to support that opinion. These are all based on speculations, and they are all grounded in imaginative minds of people. So we don't have anything to prove it. So I think it's wise to follow up the evidence that we have here. And as I said, disaster management officials have had interview in the last 2 hours, and they have said that they had issued warnings before, and both officials were responsible for preservation of chemical weapons, and the lack of good standards or poor standards of preserving chemicals can be the number one reason. And so far, we don't have anything, unless the excitement that the media people have to say that, okay, it is concurrent with negotiations. Now it is the third round of talks in Oman. It's near the Strait of Hormuz, or other things. All of these things can be just a media play that we cannot, as serious people, we cannot fall for them.
Well, thank you very much, Yasir, for joining us from